welcome to Consultant's Corner. I'm Rebecca Brizi. This is my corner. I am a consultant. You know when you're driving and that idiot just cuts you off, or they change lane without signaling. How are you supposed to know? You can't read their mind. Or they don't wait their turn at the stop sign. And have you ever noticed how different it is when you're the one who makes the mistake? Because we all make mistakes sometimes. But it's different, because when you cut somebody off, you didn't know they were coming. They were going way too fast. And if you change lanes without signaling, it's because you saw an opportunity and you had to take it, because there's your exit. And if you didn't wait your turn at the stop sign, frankly, that car was electric and you didn't hear it, and it sort of looks like the background and you just didn't see it. We tend to do this with driving, and not only with driving. When somebody else makes a mistake, we jump to the "arr." When we make a mistake, we know why, and it's reasonable, and we're sorry, but really, it's not our fault, and it'll obviously never happen again. But what if those other people just had the same issues we have when we make that mistake? What happens then? Find out after a 20-second message from our sponsor. That sponsor, by the way, is my book, Phrases for Business Success. Need a gift for a business contact? That could be it. Why am I talking about driving and making mistakes? As the owner of a small business, you are the driver of that business. See what I did there? And when other people make mistakes, you have to give them the grace that you expect to be given when you make a mistake. Sometimes you will have to have a tough conversation with an employee. Sometimes they make a mistake. Sometimes they really mess up. Always, they deserve the opportunity to both explain and to learn from that experience. In leadership, it is very trendy and completely correct to talk about learning from failure and not being afraid of making mistakes. The problem is that when it comes to reality, we so often forget that we are the ones who pointed out how important that lesson is. We have to give people the opportunity to learn that lesson, especially if you're in a business where you encourage innovation and you encourage people to have ownership of their work and you encourage creativity, and you should be doing all of those things. So yes, every business. So when you're ready to reprimand an employee, remember what it feels like when you're the one driving. Before you tell them everything they did wrong, give them the opportunity to explain. Listen to what their thought process was. Understand why they made the decisions that they made. There will be something in there that was correct, or was sound reasoning, or was not a mistake. Recognize that part. Then give them the opportunity to self-analyze and understand why the mistake occurred. The more they're doing this for themselves, rather than just being told by you, the more they will actually learn that lesson and absorb that knowledge. So when you need to have a tough conversation with an employee, make it a conversation, not a monologue, and make them explain their thought process, their experience, their expected outcome versus the actual outcome, and have them tell you what they will do differently next time. It is fine at the end of that for you to get something in writing and for you to monitor their work to make sure that they are learning that lesson. But let them explain and let them come back with a solution for you, just as if it were you who didn't stop at that stop sign. You tell your employees that you want them to have ownership of their work. You tell your employees that it is important to learn lessons. Make sure you create a working environment where all those things are actually happening. This week's worksheet is there for you to use anytime you do have to have a tough conversation. So print it out and then make a copy to use whenever you need it. Hopefully not too often, but don't think it's going to be 0 times. Mistakes do happen. And don't forget that you can get all of these worksheets and videos in your inbox by subscribing to my Tuesday on Your Business emails. The link is the second link in the description of the video below. How are you going to fix the relationship with an employee today?